Okay, it's the halftime show of the strangest year ever. Welcome to midway through 2020. If you're running a business online, then it's time to do a mid-year check-in because I guarantee you it probably didn't go quite the way you planned thus far. I'm going to give you some specific questions to go through and ask yourself so that you can find out how your first half of the year went and set yourself up for massive success in the second half of 2020, no matter what challenges come our way. If we haven't met yet, I'm Casey. I simplify attraction marketing for social sellers so you can build a life-changing business on your own terms. I have a set of questions that you can go through here. I've adapted these from a coaching model that I used when I was running my coffee shop with great success. It's a way to get very clear on what has happened in the last 6 months and where would you like the next 6 months to go. And it'll help you get really focused on the action steps that'll actually get you to those goals that you have for the rest of 2020. The first place I like to start is with area of success. Areas of success are the ways that things have gone well, the milestones that you've hit, the goals that you've reached, and just the things that you feel really good about. You want to sit down, set a timer, I like to say like 5 minutes for this activity, and write down as many things that you can think of that happened that went well, that are areas of success for you to reflect on the previous 6 months. Sometimes it helps to flip through your past calendar or messages, or just think back to certain activities or travel that you went to and what were you doing around that time. You really want to dig deep in this, and what you're doing by starting with focusing on the areas of success is you're priming your brain to think about and find the positive. When you approach this activity from a place of feeling good about what you've accomplished by priming it, by looking for the positive, then you are more likely to be more creative and more open and receptive to figuring out your goals and how to accomplish them for the rest of the year. When I'm coaching, I always start with the areas of success, and I have people dictate to me what their areas of success are, because it really gets people to break down any barriers or walls that they have up and just become more receptive to the positive things that have gone on. Now, obviously, I am well aware that we have gone through crisis after crisis after trauma after crisis thus far in 2020. But I want to remind you that with great challenge comes great opportunity. There are new problems to solve, there are new markets in the making, and when people have such huge challenges in their life, and if you are offering a solution that is heartfelt and actually valuable, then people will clamor to that. And I'm assuming that your business solves problems for your ideal clients. So now more than ever, people are looking for leadership and they are looking for value. So put your business thinking cap on and write out your list of areas of success. Okay, you primed it with the positive. Now let's flip the script a little bit and let's focus on your areas of opportunity. Are there things that you wanted to get accomplished that you did not? Did you have to pivot your marketing plan? Did you have to change your offerings or switch careers or businesses altogether? There are many areas of opportunity that we all collectively experienced. So I want you to set that timer again and write down all of your specific and personal areas of opportunity that you faced in the last 6 months. Okay, so you should have a pretty good picture of what went well and what was challenging in the last 6 months. Now let's look at the data and the numbers. The next couple pieces that we want to get written down are your stats and your goals. So write down all the stats that pertain to your particular business. If you're in network marketing, that might be your total personal volume, your team volume, number of people sponsored, maybe new customers, any sort of stats that are applicable to your particular business. Let's get those on paper, black and white. When you have those numbers, then let's plan for your goals to close out the rest of the year. Again, use those same stats or any new goals that you have for the particular year that can be measured and tracked. So let's write down goals that can be tracked and measured so that we know whether you achieve them or not. Now, some people will tell you to be very realistic with your goals. Set them up in a way that you can win, because having a win will keep you encouraged and motivated to keep going. Other people will tell you to shoot for the stars and set your goals high, because really anything is possible. I'm going to leave that up to you to decide, because I think that that is a personal preference and you probably already know which way works for you. If you want to try something new, maybe set goals in the opposite manner that you usually do, just to try something out. Now it's time to reverse engineer those goals. What action steps do you need to take to achieve those particular goals? If you have a personal sales goal, for example, how many people do you need to talk to in order to reach that goal? If you have a sales goal of a certain number and you need to talk to Y amount of people, then divide that up over the course of the 6 months so that you know how many people to talk to in a month, how many people to talk to in a week, down to a day. That way you have clear, actionable strategies in order to meet those goals. Now, this part is where I always personally get hung up, because I set crazy high goals and I just make a list of action steps that I know will get me there, but I overcommit myself and I can't actually follow through. So in this practice, I'm going to encourage you not to fall for the same trap that I fall for, and to only commit to action steps that are reasonable and that you know you can see through. If your action steps are going to take 16 hours a day, but you're homeschooling your kids, you might not have enough time to do that. So this is where you really want to focus in on your one thing, like what is the biggest goal that you want to accomplish and how can you make that particular thing happen. I have more information if you're really interested in kind of leveraging your time and making sure you're getting the most bang for the work hours that you put in. I have a time hack toolkit that you can download. It's a free resource. It's over on my blog. I'll put a button right below this. And if that's going to be helpful for you, I think that will help you clarify more of which actions and which action steps you want to commit to. Now look over your paper, everything that you've written, and can you boil this all down to one top focus? Is there one theme or word that really runs through all of this that can be your sort of mantra for the next 6 months? Having a single focus mantra or word will help you stay uber focused on your goals and your path so that you don't get deterred, because we have no idea what is to come right now. We are still in the middle of an election year. We have no idea how the economy is going to bounce back, and we have really no idea what is going to come in the next 6 months. I feel like this year more than ever. So being adaptable and keeping yourself focused on a single theme is going to allow you to stay on path, but be creative in how you get there. Congratulations, that's a fantastic mid-year check-in that you've done for your business. But you still have more work to do. You have to take this information and you need to put it into daily habit and practice. There's a few things that really work to help you stay committed and see plans through. The first thing that I highly recommend you do is that you take your goals or your theme or your activity and you share it with someone who is close to you that will support you. Making information public to those around you sets up social accountability, which is a bigger motivator than willpower. So when you are feeling not like doing the work that you know needs to get done, having that social accountability already in place will motivate you even more. The second thing you have to do is you have to schedule it. So get out your calendar and figure out what hours are your working hours. When are you going to get this done? And actually write it and schedule it on the calendar. If you're working from home with kids, then things might get tricky and you have to set aside that time. It might mean that you get up early. It might mean that you stay up late, but whatever it is, you have to carve out that time for you first in order to reach those goals. And then one more piece that I think is extremely powerful, I hope this doesn't woo you out too much, but consider writing a list of affirmations that you repeat to yourself like a mantra every morning and every night. This sets your brain path in motion to create new neural pathways. You can actually reprogram your brain to believe that something is possible. So what you do is you spend a little bit of time, this is another kind of like journaling activity, you spend a little bit of time pretending as if these goals have already been accomplished. How does that make you feel? What type of person are you in order to make that happen? You write affirmations, I am statements from that place, and those are the affirmations that you repeat every day. So whatever your theme or focus or goal is, right? I am so happy and grateful now that I accomplished my goal. It feels so good to be the type of person who does the work that I need to do. Any sort of affirmation that's going to put you in that feeling place, and it might sound or feel a little bit silly as you're doing it first, but let me tell you, it is incredibly powerful and it's backed by science. There you go. Hopefully that was valuable for you. Drop in the comments below. I would love to hear from you and let me know what you're working on for these next 6 months and how you've pivoted your business based on everything that's going on in the world. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next week.